Have you ever wondered why people act the way they do? Why someone smiles when they're hurting? Why we overthink at night? Or why we sometimes react emotionally instead of logically? Welcome to the psychology of human behavior. Human behavior is influenced by three major factors: biological, psychological, and social. Let's break it down. First, biological factors. Our brain plays a huge role in how we behave. Chemicals in our brain, called neurotransmitters, control our mood, motivation, and emotions. For example, dopamine makes us feel pleasure and reward. That's why scrolling social media feels addictive. Every like gives a small dopamine boost. Even lack of sleep can change our behavior. When we're tired, we become more emotional and less patient. So sometimes, behavior is not about attitude, it's about biology. Second, psychological factors. These include our thoughts, beliefs, personality, and past experiences. If someone was criticized a lot as a child, they might grow up with low confidence. If someone experienced betrayal, they might struggle to trust again. Our brain also creates thinking patterns. For example, overthinking happens when the brain tries to protect us from future mistakes. It keeps replaying situations, trying to find what went wrong. But sometimes, this protection mechanism creates anxiety instead of safety. Third, social factors. We are deeply influenced by the people and culture around us. Family, friends, school, and society shape our behavior. A person may act differently at home, at school, and online. That's because humans naturally adjust their behavior to fit into their environment. Peer pressure is a strong example. Teenagers especially change behavior to feel accepted. Not because they are weak, but because belonging is a basic human need. Now here's something interesting. Most of our behavior is automatic. Studies show that many of our daily decisions are made subconsciously. We think we're fully in control, but often our habits, emotions, and environment decide for us. For example, when someone shouts at you, your heart beats faster. That's the fight or flight response, your brain preparing to protect you. But understanding psychology gives us power. When we understand why we react in certain ways, we can pause, reflect, and respond differently. Instead of saying, "Why am I like this?" we can ask, "What shaped this behavior?" Human behavior is not random. It is learned, influenced, and shaped over time. And the most powerful part? Behavior can change. With awareness, self-reflection, and better habits, we can rewire our thinking patterns. We can become calmer, stronger, and more emotionally intelligent. Understanding psychology doesn't just help us understand others. It helps us understand ourselves. And when we understand ourselves, we grow.